Hey guys, welcome to the Alabama High School Football Show. Jada White, what's up?
Just enjoying that it's high school football season, right? Getting into this a little bit, get a little bit of routine, and a lot of interesting games so far.
Yeah. So it brings us to our first.
Actually, no.
No?
Remember, we screwed it up last week, too.
Oh,
what we
yes.
doing first?
Got to go back to
Got
the
to go over the
scores.
games. Who won last week?
Yes.
So, last week's scores. Let me just go to the list. What's up, Coach Marco Bryant? What's up, Jeremy Scott? Go Panthers, he says. Last week, Hoax Bluff went to Atala. Got that victory 49-24. Coosa over Southeastern 42-7. Westbrook in a hard battle won 27-7 over Sachs. Then we had Falkville 47, West End 0.
Yes.
Cedar Bluff 28, Gaston 22. Gadsden City got back on the winning ways, beating Buckhorn 40-7. JB Pennington over Glencoe 35-14. Arab over Sardis 47-7. And Southside getting that victory that we predicted on the show. Again, we're not Kevin Moore, but we had to predict a couple games. 31-7. So overall, Etowah County teams went 5-5 last week.
Okay.
5-5.
Kevin Moore has sent a text, and he wants everybody to know that the Kevin Moore Pick'em show,
Or Kevin's Corner.
Kevin's Corner, my bad, Kevin. Kevin Moore's show, he was 26 out of 30 this past week. So he just
Is that verified?
It's not verified. I just take it. I'm keeping it real, and I'm letting Kevin keep it real.
Samuel Ray's
take him at
watching.
his word.
What's up, Samuel Ray?
What's up, peeps? What's up, people?
Marco Bryant. What up, Coach?
So great, some good victories.
Yeah.
Some not so good losses, but so it brings you to your team of the week that I've got behind me, and it's kind of washing my hat out.
Yeah, I think it has to. We still see that thin blue line.
Can you say? Yeah.
See what I did there?
Yeah, you did. You did.
So, the team of the week this week will be the Eagles of Hoax Bluff for going into Atala, doing what some said they couldn't do. And this hurts me to say, I did not watch Huddle, so I did not watch the game.
Right.
Not watching any film. I've been busy. I heard it was a physical domination. They just ran the ball straight down the throats of the Blue Devils. I'm not saying that disrespectfully.
Right. No,
I'm saying that's what I was told. I've not watched it.
We did get some texts, you and I did,
Yeah.
and you made mention beforehand that Etowah may get out physicaled that game. We talked to another guy that's a friend of ours in detail, and he made the same statement. He said, I look for the third quarter to Hoax Bluff to pull away because they're just going to make them tired. And Etowah's they're obviously in a rebuilding stage. And I know coaches and football fan purists hate to hear that. But when you go through as many coaches as that they've gone through over the last 5 years, 6 years, it's been a tough battle for them, and they're trying to find that right fit. I still think this coach could be the right guy and it just got to give him a while. You're going to have to give him some time, and I know Etowah people, Atala people, are not used to giving somebody time, right? You're an Atala guy. I mean, you like this guy. You like this guy.
I like what I know of him.
Yeah.
We've spoken 3 or 4 times. I think he's always done a good job. I think he's a disciplined guy. He brought his own people in. I think the people will, have to buy in. What's up, Brian Kluntz, another Etowah guy watching? And just they have played since '85, and Hoax Bluff comes to your house at Jim Glover Field and dominates you.
Yeah, Jerry. It's
But it has to be less about that and more about what a fantastic team the Bluff has, right?
Obviously, the things are looking up for Hoax Bluff for sure.
So let's get in Hoax Bluff game this week, and they're in that 4A Region 6, which is Hoax Bluff, Alexandria, Anniston, Cherokee County, Asheville, Etowah, Aniana, and White Plains, right?
Yeah.
So they get to host this week against White Plains. White Plains is 1-1. Hoax Bluff is 2-0 on the season. All time, Jeff, Hoax Bluff leads this 10-0.
10-0.
Make it 11.
So do you think White Plains comes in after getting throttled, looking to get some payback? I mean, it's
No.
I mean, they got throttled
Well, I think that
by Alexandria.
I think Coach Jennings will do a good job.
Right.
He's a younger guy. This is his first head coaching stint. He's known as a defensive guy. Matthew Cherry, thanks for watching, bud. So I think that Jennings will come in and do. I mean, they got great uniforms. They just look great.
Hey, hey, come on.
You know, they're doing work.
Logo
But
looks good.
I think Hokes Plus is going to be too much for him. I think Hokes Plus is going to pick up another region victory, and they're going to go 3-0 in the season and 2-0 in the region.
I happen to agree with you. But speaking of a big win, somebody finally picking up a win this year, and I know our Southside folks, got several that are watching right now, are pleased with how Southside put this thing together and did some serious work on the offensive side of the ball this week.
Well, they went on the road and got on a Thursday night.
Yeah.
So 31-7, I was able to reach out to Ben and send out congratulations from the show. But that's a game we talked about last week that they had to win.
Yeah.
They absolutely had to win that game, and they did. This week's going to be a little different as far as no disrespect to Leah Huntsville, but they're not the Leah Huntsville of old.
Right.
Southside did what they should have done against a team like that. So congratulations to the Panthers. But this week, they get to host, but they have Fort Payne coming in.
Yeah.
And this is a very tough region as well. So that's 6A Region 8. Fort Payne's 0-2.
Yep.
Southside's 1-2. But when you look at the region, this would be Fort Payne's first region game of the year. They're 0-0 in the region. So this region is Southside, Gadsden City, May Jemison, Fort Payne, Buckhorn, Hazel Green, Lee Huntsville. This Southside series Southside Fort Payne series is 11-18 all time.
Wow.
So Southside's held their own in this one. Very interesting. Can Southside get the momentum? The home crowd will be crazy. The fighting Tim Magers will be out there.
That's true.
Once he gets to Acito, he ain't leaving.
He ain't bring me some
Session
popcorn.
got to come to you.
That's it.
He'll make Jim go.
He got concierge.
He does.
He got concierge.
So that's going to be an interesting game. What has Fort Payne got? 0-2?
Yeah.
Yes. But it's still Fort Payne.
But they've played Gunnersville and Scottsboro. And Scottsboro beat the brakes off of them. And
luckily,
kind of a contested
the game's
loss
here,
last week.
right?
Yeah.
At Barney Hood.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if it's in
always good
Fort
to play.
Payne, the hosiery capital of the world for a reason.
Yes.
And I don't mean about the sock plant.
And we have experienced it.
Have we experienced?
Son.
So let's hopefully, look, there's talent in Southside.
Right.
There's talent in Southside.
Yeah.
Soon to be a new mayor too, praise God. And so we're going to see what happens in that one in Southside again. If you're wondering who's going to pick that, listen to Kevin Moore's Kevin Corner show on Thursday.
You know what? He's the only one on Thursdays at the same original time.
Yep, he does it.
What time is that?
Somewhere between 5 and 6. He's consistently inconsistent in his time,
Yes, he
but
is.
it's between 5 and 6.
But he's consistent. This week he's consistently consistent on picking some winners.
He's always good, man.
I mean, wow,
Very good. Very
wow. So moving down the road,
Wait,
here,
some may say best in the business.
I would say he's very close to being the best, other than half a dozen people I know. But anyway, so now we got the Gadsden City Titans. Talk a little bit about what they had to deal with last week and how they handled some business.
They took care of Buckhorn like we knew they should. Buckhorn is not one of the stronger teams in that region, as we just went over with Southside. But they did what they should do, right?
Sure.
They're coming off a loss the week prior to that. It's a very, very good, trustful team. Gadsden City is going to do damage. They always play better as the season goes on. And so they step out of region this week, though. So I'm not going to talk about much region stuff as they play McAdory. And McAdory is in that 6A Region 4, which they could see in the playoffs. Well, let's see. No, that is Region 4 in the South? Region 4, I think, is in the South. So that would be a state championship kind of run.
Oh.
I believe.
Ooh. McAdory did some work against Northridge last week, 35-7, and
McAdory's 2-1.
2-1. Yep. Had a couple of a close loss to Helena, and then they almost pulled it out, or they did pull it out against Pleasant Grove.
What I like about a Helena looks like Hogwarts. I don't know if you've seen the school.
I see it's got the H,
It's
like the weird
well, it's
emblem
a
or
big
something.
up on the hill. It's that's where the Richie
So-
folks go.
Oh.
It is. It's one of them.
That's why we ain't never been there.
That's exactly right. So Gadsden City and McAdory going to square out both teams 2-1. No region implications. Nothing to do with playoffs going on that unless you get down to the tiebreaker. But I expect Gadsden City to represent the city of Gadsden, Etowah County, and I expect them
They're going to do it
to
right.
go on the road to McAdory and show everybody what's up.
You're not going to give a pick on that game because why?
I will, Gadsden City. That's what I'm rooting for. Let me say that. I'm not picking. I'm rooting for Gadsden City.
Yeah.
If you want the picks, you got to listen to Kevin's Corner.
Yeah. You know, he texted me the other night. We were at the same event, and
Yeah.
he was being a big wig, you know, because he's saxy.
And he's the first one at the buffet.
Right. And anyway, he texts back and said, I see looking good on this Pentecostal stage. He says, I would look better on Kapow. So, Kevin, always got that invitation open.
He knows he doesn't.
You just he don't want to change his times.
He
He's
had a key.
always consistent.
He had a key.
I know.
Come and go as he wants. So yeah, that's it for me.
Moving on down the road, Glencoe's going away.
You gonna keep it real?
Keep it real. You know why? Because Keeping It Real Sunday School class, 8:45 Sunday mornings at North Glencoe Baptist Church. They keep it real. The men got it going on. So Glencoe
Why don't we just show up there one day?
Man, that'd be nice.
Just show up.
Be nice. Could it be a Sunday that they have food though?
No one who's in that Sunday school class. I think that's every Sunday, except for Mark Cassidy. He'll be.
I saw him yesterday. He's slimming down even
Does he be
more.
walking in Sunday school classes? Just there walks in place.
No, that
got
brother
his Bible.
he had his phone like this the other day walking.
But you know what he wasn't watching?
What?
Pal.
Sure wasn't. Sure wasn't. So Glencoe is moving on down the road to, as we call it back in the day, Walter Welborn. They're going into Welborn to play a 3-0 Welborn team.
3-0?
3-0.
I thought there were 2-0.
3-0.
Okay, I like it.
What you thinking about this? Well, talk about the last week game, and then
Yeah, we don't want to.
no.
We ain't gonna talk about last week very much. Look, Glencoe got big injuries. Like they lost Jamie Pennington as we went over 35 to 14, and that's a good Pennington team. But when you lose your top running back, right, your running team, Coach Martin loves to run the football, and you got one of the best running backs in Etowah County goes down with the ACL.
Yeah.
The surgery went well, by the way.
Good.
You know, it's tough. It's tough. So it's the next man up. So Alex Hudson be playing from the outside. I'm not sure who their next running back is, but Coach Martin, man, will get it figured out. That's what he does. In this matchup, 7-8 all time. This is a rivalry, pretty close.
Yeah.
And this 3A Region 6, man, is Westbrook, Welborn, Piedmont, Locust Fork, Pennington, Weaver, Glencoe, Ohatchee, and Sax. Look, Sax may be 0-2 in that region, but they're a very good team.
Mm-hmm.
Very good team. Westbrook had their hands full and just won that game, 27-7, I think that's what the final score was. Because their quarterback went off, but we'll talk about them later. So, tough challenge. It's at Welborn. Baseball, you've seen that place many a times, man.
Tough place to play. They're averaging 31.5 points a game. Welborn is. They're giving up. Last week they only gave up 8 points, but they're giving up on average about 16 points a game.
Yeah.
So I mean, you're going into a good Welborn football team. I just hope Gadsden Glencoe pulls this thing out. I'm rooting for you guys.
Well, I got
super
Gadsden
heavy.
City over Welborn.
You do? Yeah. I think I would take that. I would take that as well.
Welborn is 2-0 in the region. Glencoe is 0-2. Let's see if they can change it. We got Brett Tyler Smith watching. Hey, Crabby, love this video, man. He just did this real serious video he pulled out about see if guys are tearing down Club 231. He said, where else are you going to go watch a 60-year-old Mystique?
Send us that video.
I need to
see it.
It's so
my
good.
Gosh, that's awesome.
So we should tag that. That's hilarious.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, Locust Fort is very good, Matthew Cherry. You're in the know there. Very tough region. Glencoe headed to Welborn.
Now you're moving on back. Speaking of Locust Fort, you got Westbrook.
They travel.
They travel to Locust Fork, and they are what I'm looking at, pretty good darn.
Oh yeah, 3-0 so far this year.
Team,
Very talented team. This series is tied 2-2 all time. The Christians going to face a locust. I've read that once or twice.
Attack
somewhere,
like the
right?
locust. Yeah.
Ooh, I see what you did there.
I'm trying to go with the gospel gangsters.
You went old school.
Come on.
So very good game. Westbrook's playing good football. They're 2-0 so far this year. Unforgivable, he says.
That's unforgivable.
Westbrook 2-0. The quarterback Blevins is playing out of his mind, just unreal good. The defense is flying around. I know the Skaggs kid had 11 tackles.
Awesome.
5 for loss, I think, in that game I read. Good article about that game on the Messenger. So I posted it as well today, so you can go pick that up. It's pretty good. This is going to be an interesting game. This will be really shake down the region. We look at Westbrook, Welborn, Piedmont, Locust Fork, all undefeated in the region so far. This is going to be one to watch. I may even circle this. Could be my game of the week.
Really?
Yeah, I think this could be the one. Westbrook Christian go on the road to a very, very good Locust Fork team. We're going to see which one of those two are real. Going to see which one is real.
You know why?
Why's that?
Because you keep it real.
Like the Locust.
Like the locust.
I wish I could keep it real like that Sunday school play.
Well, you're looking at Westbrook. Westbrook is averaging over 30 points a game. I mean, their offense is putting up, and they're shutting some folks down. I mean, they've given up 17 total this year out of the 2 games, 10 against Glencoe and then 7 to Sac. So, yeah. I mean, both sides of the ball, Westbrook is doing work.
Kicking game's good. Got one of the best kickers in Northeast Alabama, certainly in the area here in Barber. Very young team, so the more games they play, the better they're going to be. A lot of sophomores, a lot of juniors in that squad. So Westbrook going to travel, and it's I'm telling you, man, that I'm calling it now, and that's saying something because we got some good games this week. Game of the week.
Wow.
Game of the week for me.
I'm excited. Now, moving on down the road a little bit, down the line a little bit further to Cherokee County, Etowah, the Blue Devils of Attala. Go to Cherokee County. They're 2-1. Yep. Etowah's going in, trying to just find some rhythm right there. I mean, they are putting some points on the board. I think they're averaging 27 points a game.
Well, they got some athletes, man.
They do.
Who's a better athlete than Jamison Sissom?
There's not many in this county.
The guy, and there's more than just him. He can't do it all, but that is a dynamic football team they're going against. That's not a team you go to try to right the wrongs of your season, right? And Coach Peavy got his hands full, and Cherokee County's 2-1. It's 7-9 all time. So again, very close. You would think they would played more.
7-9.
Yeah, 7-9 all time. Huh. Yeah. But that series dates back to
the last several years. We've been up there, right?
Yeah. But this matchup dates all the way back to 1920.
Dang.
Sporadically played since then, but it's a. Yeah, but here's
Coach
what
Glover's
I found.
first year.
Here's what I found interested in. Again, they've only played 16 times. 11 of the 16 times, there's been a shutout involved. How about that? Interesting stat. One side or the other shut the other out 11 of the 16 times.
Wow.
It won't be 12.
No, I don't think so.
No shutout.
Either way.
No shutout this time.
No.
So I'm gonna make you pick that game. You throw that at me all the time.
It's going to be Cherokee County is going to beat Etowah. But I do look for Etowah to go in there and try to play a little more consistently this week. Like you said, not go in there and say we're going to and anything can happen, right? In football, especially when you got the athletes that Etowah does have, they can go in there. They could
when it comes together. God, when
it's going to be something special. Yeah, it'll be good for them.
Yeah.
But anyway, I got Cherokee County in this game, even though I don't want to pick them. I want to pick Etowah, but I just can't because
just like our sponsor,
you got to keep it real.
Keep it real, man. Got to keep it real. Oh wow! So I was looking at these points on Cherokee County. Cherokee County is jeez.
Yeah.
They got a heavy offense, son. These boys be putting up some points. I mean, what the world?
They're a good ball club, Jeff.
Golly,
very
son.
Good ball club.
Well, anyway, good luck.
But there's something about.
Good luck to the Blue Devils.
You know, if you're struggling and looking to get stuff back, there's something about going on the road. You know, you kind of hunker down a little bit. You circle. You go into war. You get to get away from the home field crowd. You don't have all the distractions that come with playing at home.
Right.
So we certainly wish Etowah much love.
Yeah, I do
Go get that victory, man.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope we see them do something else. Now you got Sardis is your next game coming up.
Game, my God.
I mean, against a big time Gunnersville football team.
Talk about a tough schedule. So Sardis had Arab last week.
Yeah.
Just really good program, right? And now they got Gunnersville.
Yeah.
Really good. Sometimes, am I going to roll tide you or you roll tide with me, Jeff?
Roll Tide.
Sometimes you roll tide. Sometimes it's tough. And in this series, Gunners was 3-0, Sardis is 1-3 on the year. But as far as the region 5A, Region 8, let me go through this, and it's very good. Arab, Gunnersville, Scottsboro, Douglas, which seems odd to me. Of all these games, then Douglas, Sardis, Boaz, and Brewher.
As always.
Yes,
Sure.
yeah, just don't. You can't do that. So Douglas is 0-0. They have played a region game, but Arab's 1-0, Gunners was 1-0, Scottsboro's 1-0, Douglas 0-0, Sardis, Boaz, Brewer all 1-0. So it's going to be very interesting. This matchup, Gunnersville leads all time 12-2. Gunnersville have won 5 in a row. Coach B.J. Brooks, get it together. I need to see you be eating ice cream after this game.
Yes.
The celebratory ice cream.
I want to see them win this game so bad.
Yeah.
Last week it was tough on them. Arab put it to
Very
them.
good.
Brought the wood, son, and then Cleveland County they beat down Cleveland County.
Sure.
Right. I mean, so we know that they can do what they got to do. Geraldine, put it on them. But Geraldine, man, up and coming program.
Man.
These guys.
I don't think they're up and coming. I think they're there.
I mean, it was 2 years ago. We're like, these guys are going to be something, and all of a sudden
Because
they're
we
there.
wasn't around.
Yeah.
We didn't see him before that, but Coach Davis does a good job up there. Samuel Ray says Gunnersville big over Sardis. You know, I may take his word for that if I ever see him back in church.
Come on.
I just miss you, bud.
Well, home game. We do have one of our area teams that is staying, a couple of them, but one that we want to see do big things. Gaston is staying at home, and they've got Woodland. They're 0-3, coming to town to take on your buddy out there at the Bulldogs Stadium. Is that what you call that, Bulldog Stadium?
Well, that should be Ray Estes broadcast booth. That's what it should be. Ray broadcast
Estes
booth.
football booth.
Yeah, so these two teams really haven't played that much. Woodland leads 3-1 all time. Last time they played was in 2019. Gaston, it didn't go well for them last week. That's a game that I missed. I thought Gaston would get that victory, but that 2A Region 7, Cedar Bluff, Pisgah, Sandrock, Pleasant Valley, Gaston, North Sand Mountain, and Section. It's a tough, overall, just gritty football team there. And I think Gaston is going to find a way to get this victory, get back on the winning ways. There's some athletes there. There's some tenacity. I think Coach Sewell's doing a really good job of bringing that program back together. And throw Cody Bogle the ball.
Get him the ball, son.
Let an athlete be an athlete. Just go.
Well, they're scoring points, man. I mean,
Oh,
and their
man, yeah.
loss last week, 28-22, and then their win over Asbury is 32-0. I mean, these kids know what they're doing. They're hungry too. Gaston has been hungry ever since you and I've been doing this thing together. You've been doing this show a long time, and Gaston, they want to win. They have the desire to win. They're gritty. They love the fight. Them Gaston boys, man. Them North Gaston boys want to do work.
Cedar Bluff, Pisgah, Santa Rock, Pleasant Valley.
Whew.
Is Pleasant Valley up or down this year?
I think you got one of the best quarterbacks in that region playing at that. I'm not gonna say his name because his daddy, but no, I'm just kidding. This kid is great. Fire red head. He's been starting since he was a 7th and 8th grader.
Yeah. Good ball player.
He can throw the ball too, son. Boy can do it. So I think Pleasant Valley, they're gonna be all right. They're gonna be all right this year.
Interesting region. Again, this is an out of region matchup, non-region game, so we won't spend too much time on it. But let's go Dogs.
Let's go Dogs. Now your boys going another way game. West End is traveling out to Susan Moore. Out there at the Aniana area. Susan Moore, nice little area out there. We love going through that area on the way to a nice little golf course back in the day. But you've got a team that should be pretty hungry to get in there and try to prove a point.
Well, this 2A Region 6, man, is an interesting region that we're invested into this year because of Coosa, and we'll get to them next. But West End, and Susan Moore have played a lot over the years, and it makes sense, right? It makes sense to being so close to each other. 24-19, West End has the lead. A lot of those Kyle Davis victories, I would imagine.
Come on.
Last year, Susan Moore got some redemption as they won that game 33-6. So Coach Harris, I think it's payback time. He was on that staff just not as the head coach last year. Derek Sewell was their head coach. So, he is West End, right? So he understands what it is to beat Susan Moore. And this region, let's look at it. Coosa, Falkville, Susan Moore, all 1-0. Cleveland hadn't played a region game yet. West End, Cold Springs, and Southeastern all 0-1. So kind of get in where you can get in. So is this a winnable game for Susan Moore? I think it is. Is it a winnable game for West End? I think it is. I think it could be. It's one of those things where you need to get the victories early, and it's going to be interesting to see. There's 4 of these teams going to the playoffs, so your goal is to make the playoffs. Mm-hmm. Right now, everyone can win the region, but 4 make it. So let's do what you got to do to be sure you're one of those 4. And I think it goes a long way if West End can get this win over a very talented Susan Moore team.
I need West End, the Patriots, to get out there and get a victory, bring it home. Now, the Christians of Coosa, the Clunkers, are traveling to Falkville after a humongous beatdown against Southeastern last week. They beat them down, and then a huge win the week before that, the game of the week.
Yeah.
And you even said Coosa can, and I think they'll go into Pell City and do something special. We didn't think it was going to be a victory, but these guys are putting something together very, very, very special.
Yeah, great coaching staff at Coosa, and I think that's where it starts. Great administration. I think Amanda Justice does a good job leading that whole school system there. I really do. Great board. But you look at Coach Mark O'Brien. What I love about Mark O'Brien is he lets his coaches coach.
Yes, he does.
Not every head coach does that. Well, there's some micromanagers out there, and sometimes your records indicate that. In some instances, maybe maybe you have to do that, but not at Coosa. When you got Alaric Williams running the offense, you've got Teddy Whitmire running that defense, is very dynamic, very high energy. The kids are balled in. They have one goal. That is a blue map. Falkville is probably, it could be the top team in the region. The way they're playing right now, they score a lot of points. It's going to be very, very interesting. Seth Ward has done a good job at Falkville. Okay, she's talking. 4th year for Coach Ward up there. The last time these two teams played, the only time these two teams have played in the history, Falkville won both in 2018 and 2019. Here's the scores: 70-27 Falkville. That's 2018 and 2019. 62-26. Payback?
Could be.
Payback?
I don't know.
So I think the world got to see a little bit of Jay Allen Terry last week as he put on a tremendous show, 4 carries. I don't have the yards in front of me, but it was a lot for 4 carries. The kid is special. Just come back off an injury. He is an elite running back, great vision, great hands, sets his blocks up, very smart kid. Jay Allen Terry had a good game. Colin Johnson, the freshman, is just a little much for most people. He's dynamic on both sides of the ball. But hats off, I think, to the offensive defensive lines here. They've had Radley Mays, Zayden Franklin, Dylan East, Chance Bynum. Done a great job. And Maddox Gaines, a freshman, stepping in last week.
Wow.
First start. And, of course, everything runs through Eli Moats, the captain of that team. And it's a dynamic offense, defensive line, defensive fronts. And, of course, I'm not going to pick that game. I'm broadcasting it. But I think Coosa is on a mission. They're on a roll.
Yep.
And there's just going to be the train just going to keep rolling.
Going to be something special to watch. Cannot wait Friday night to be able to tune in. You can tune in on WGAD, 9:30 a.m., 103.7 FM. You can listen online. You can watch on Facebook.
Or 103.9.
103. Don't go to 103.7. That's my bad.
Yeah,
103.9. That's on my speed dial. Anyway, you can check it out on Facebook Live. Airtime will be 6:30. Is that right, or 6:45?
Airtime's going to be 6:45.
6:45.
Gives us a good 15 minutes. Hey, our old friend Bo Starkey's watching.
Bo, what's up, man?
He's shooting threes from John Stark.
That's a foul. I got one right here. Oh, man.
That's him and Coley, man. They were the. Let's talk about those good old days for a second at Carnes Recreation Center.
With Big Doodoo. I mean, Trike McKinney came in just play. We'd lower the goals too. Tell the truth, Bo. We can't get in trouble now. We lower them goals. Bobby Davenport gone, son. He's going on in.
Going in.
Yeah, going on in. Tommy Lee can't put you out the rec center no more. Hanging on the rim.
I think Bo still got he still kicked out the rec. He can't go in.
I think he's got a lifetime ban.
Him and Coley both can't go in.
Got a lifetime ban.
That's so fun.
Coley played, man. That brother played ball just as much. Him and Bo every time. One of them was there. Kevin Neely came in with him all the time.
Yeah,
all
man.
of them.
Them are good days.
Good days. Carnell,
I remember,
Vic.
I remember breaking out my catcher's equipment and catching you in the front of out front.
So we used to throw it.
Just-
we throw in the gym too.
We did throw in the
Sure
gym.
did. Matter of fact, we shut the when y'all come by there and that gym was shut and I was working.
We were
was
just
playing ball.
We were playing ball. That was funny. So hey, again, thank you to our sponsors, man. We appreciate them more than you could possibly imagine.
Yeah.
Keeping it real Sunday school class. Y'all pray for us.
Please, Jesus.
Put us on your list. And how about Joey Jones Construction? Man, Joey stepping up. He's just a good dude, man. We appreciate what he does.
Yes.
And Etowah County Sheriff's Department, Jonathan Horton, and that tip line. It's a fantastic app, man. I've been looking on it. A lot of cool stuff on that thing.
Yeah, that's
man.
cool.
Go download the app.
Get the app. Get the app. All right. We will see you. Today is Tuesday, Alabama-Auburn Day, Mayor Joe Taylor Day. And tomorrow we got a special edition of the Coach Steve Smith Show, Westbrook Christian Football. Tomorrow we'll be doing that at 12 live tomorrow right here on Kapow. And then at 2 o'clock, as always, you will have the Coosa Christian Football Show with Coach Mark O'Brien at 2 o'clock right here live on Kapow. It's going to be a full day.